whether they're male, female, anybody who's in law enforcement. It's super important to get all types of training, especially when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. And definitely MMA, combatives, boxing. That was it for me.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've been watching. I would watch like clips of the MMA of women MMA. You know, sometimes my friend he would like send like clips, or I'll
Yeah.
just look at it like once in a while on YouTube and stuff.
Hmm.
I don't know. A lot of it be a little brutal for me. Some of it, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of interesting how they knocked like their opponents out. Just
Hmm.
one kick and all that type of stuff. Like, who do
Yeah.
you like in MMA? Like, is a particular person you like?
Oh man,
Oh,
Amanda Nunes. I like her. I like Chris Cyborg. Those are like, I guess for the female athletes, those are the ones that I look up to. Definitely, but it's really cool too because we do have a lot of people in the military that are in MMA that are out there doing UFC. Texas, around
mm,
this area, I'm in a clean area. There's a lot of great local fighters out there too doing their thing. Um, so a lot of them, I fully support them as well.
okay. Yeah, you in Texas. Yeah, I know
Hmm.
Texas has a lot of bodybuilders there. Have you like
Yeah.
met? Have you bumped into any kind like professional or
I met Ronnie Coleman at the Ronnie Coleman show.
okay?
And Texas is a really big state. Lots of bodybuilding competitions out here on the NPC level and definitely in the IFBB as well. Um, as far as like big celebrities, I want to say that was probably it. I know they have
Mm.
Julia Renee that's out here too, and she's pretty famous. And there's a lot of things that she's done out here. Oh, actually, um, I forgot what his name is too, but he's out in Texas as well. So I've met a few just right now. I can't think of their name from the top of my head. Once
No,
I get
that's
in the
okay.
game, once I get in the
Cause
game, like when I'm in prep, I just think about prep. I'm like,
right,
ooh, this person. And then maybe after that, then I can focus on, oh yeah, that was that person that just passed by. I'm
yeah,
just my head's in the game.
yeah, I get it. Cause I mean, it's a lot of them for you to name. I just asking, like, maybe there's somebody that stands out for you, like probably like I don't know, like inspiration or encouragement or something like that.
Oh, right now, no. I look at a lot of the IFBB pros out there, and
Yeah.
there's so much that each one has to offer. But I just want to be my own person. There's
No,
no
I
one that
understand.
really pops and motivates me. I'm doing this to preserve myself, stay young. This is a new challenge. This is definitely a new territory that I've been a part of since 2021, and I just want to see what I can evolve with in bodybuilding. I'm interested to see how much I can challenge myself, see if I can make it in this world, the
Okay.
sport.
Yeah. What made you do wellness?
um, I didn't want wellness. I started off. I started off in women's physique. That was my very first show.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I've been wearing combat boots for over 10 years, and so to be feminine and walk in heels, that was scary. So I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna go ahead and do women's physique. I absolutely love the posing that women's physique does. Like the suits are amazing, their posing's amazing, and I love that they get like a nice set of seconds, and you like from 30 to 45 seconds to do their routine. I thought that was so cool. And so later on, I switched coaches, and I was interested in doing figure. And so we're training for figure. And my genetics, I'm Puerto Rican. My
Yeah.
glutes to my hamstrings and everything, my legs started growing, and my coach goes, "You're not going to be figure anymore. I think you're
Oh,
wellness." So we
okay.
went with wellness, and that's how I got into wellness. It's just my genetics. I'm wellness.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at, I mean, like from the pictures that we seen just now. I mean,
Yeah.
with the intro, yeah, you have a
Hmm.
nice physique and stuff. That may be kind of close to you a bit. Like, yeah, let me talk to her, see if she gonna talk to me or anything like that. I've been to some bodybuilding shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a bodybuilder, of course, but I've been to the New York Pro, and I've
Oh,
been
okay.
to some OCB natural shows.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I'm planning to go to the in New York Pro this
I
year?
would love to go to the New York Pro. A lot of great
Yeah,
athletes went through that stage, and even just to go and be a spectator, like that would be super cool. I'm from New York City. I was born in Brooklyn, and
yeah.
my entire time out there, I never knew there was New York Pro. Again, not my world. I didn't realize until much later in my life, but that's definitely something in my bucket list to go and check it out.
How old are you if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 38.
Oh, you young. I mean, I think like I mean like I think did you know about bodybuilding before? Like
Yeah. So I
oh, okay.
remember as far as like the golden era and like, with, Tom Platz and Arnold Schwarzenegger and, those
Okay.
guys. Yeah, Ronnie Combs. I knew that. Um, but then I
Well,
guess wellness is just, when did it come out? Maybe like
they, two,
2019. Like I think
I
it's
think
about the
I
youngest.
think 2005. If I correct me if I'm not
No,
mistaken. No,
no,
not
wellness
that
is fairly
far.
new. Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
No, I want to say
Okay.
within like the last 6 years is when the
Okay.
category crossed over to the US because I think it started over in Brazil, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah.
2005 is too soon, but it
That's
started
what.
over there, and then
Yeah.
we kind of took it over here. I want to say I'm probably wrong, maybe like 2019 around that time. But anyway,
Yeah.
so I didn't really know or follow it like that. I remember the American Gladiator growing up as a kid and watching all of that stuff, and but nope.
Yeah.
Didn't ever think
Like
that I
what?
would be, in the sport.
I mean, and some people start late. Some people start in their
Hmm.
40s,
Hmm.
50s. I'm sure you know that. You know.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I love it
Yeah.
though. I do. Like I said, I feel like it keeps me young. It keeps me disciplined because I can't miss meals. I can't miss certain things. Um, Otherwise, it kind of messes up the goals, right? The end state. But I love it because I feel at 38, I look better than I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
And that's just it keeps me going.
How were you like in your 20s if you weren't that fit?
Absolutely not. I used to weigh 220 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to weigh
When did you?
220 pounds. And then when I got in the military, I dropped that weight.
Yeah.
And then I had my second son. And then that went up to over 200 pounds again. And I had to stop. I'm like, all right, I got to figure something out. And actually, I think that's another motivator on what got me into MMA and boxing because at that time I had another second baby. I was a leader in the military. And I'm like, I can't lead soldiers if I don't walk the walk. So I
Mm.
got into my physical fitness, and that was super important to me. That's why fitness is number one. It's a big thing in my life. I have to, not only for myself and my own health, but those that are around me, my kids, people that do look up to me. Um, it's important.
Yeah, yeah. I noticed that it's important for the kids because they emulate you. Like if you're
Hmm.
eating junk food, they gonna eat junk food, or you have things around the house,
Hmm.
and it's probably may be tough for them to break out of it unless if they break the cycle. But I guess you broke the cycle for them.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. You can have like your little cheat meals because I'm not no saint. Lord
Yeah,
have mercy. You put Oreos in front of me and I'm gonna demolish it. That's my weakness. It's like my kryptonite.
yeah.
But
But you
everything in
better off than
moderation is
some
fine.
people. Yeah, you
Yeah, well,
better off than
you got
some.
to do it in moderation.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't always take moderation all the time because I have I have a family of big eaters and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
So my folks are from Africa. I was born here, but
Mhm.
like my father's side is a lot of big eaters. So
Mhm.
I guess that's in me to eat. But then
Mhm.
I try to do be cautious. Like try to not to go over my limit and stuff like that. Yeah,
Mhm.
there was one point that like this was 20 years ago. I was trying to be a
Mhm.
vegetarian, but that ain't work out too well.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
So,
but
being a Puerto Rican, trust me, I mean, we have our rice, we have our beans, we love our pork, our picnic. We don't play with that stuff. And then having to say, okay, goodbye to this stuff because this is what I must do to be
yeah,
stronger, to be faster, to be better. That was tough because that was a big part of my life. It's of my heritage, and I can have it on cheat meals. I can have it on off season. Like I said, everything is in moderation. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. Like you ever thought about being like a trainer or something? Well, I don't know. I'm just putting that. I'm just asking.
So, so a lot of people ask if I wanted to be a trainer, and I say no, I don't. And I don't want to be a trainer because I know how I am when I'm in prep, and I'm an emotional roller coaster, and I don't feel like I have the patience for that. Now, I don't mind if people come work out with me, and I'll help you with your form and stuff, but I don't want to do that. I'll pay it forward if you want tips or something like that, but I don't want to have that as a job at all.
Yeah,
I know how emotional I am. And, I always tell my coach, I'm like, you know what? You have the patience of an angel because I'm a pain in the butt during prep, especially when we get closer and you start taking those carbs away. So
yeah,
I don't want to deal with me.
yeah,
Mm-mm,
yeah. I know y'all Puerto Ricans, y'all don't play at times, so I'm not.
mm-mm.
So I'm not gonna go there. Like
Mm-mm.
I noticed, like with the tattoos, you think that's gonna take anything away from you? I mean, not that it's bad or
Uh,
anything, you know.
so I don't know because, no, there's a lot of athletes as well that have tattoos
Yeah,
in
yeah, I know.
wellness. I don't have anything on my lower half that's going to go in,
Okay.
and that's what they're really looking at. It's just your glutes, the hamstrings, the separation between the glutes and the hamstrings. So none of that is taken away from that. Now I have a full back piece. If I was figure, that would kind of hurt me because then they can't see the muscle definition for my lats and my muscles on my back because I have my entire back done. But
Yeah.
in wellness, I'm safe.
Okay. Like, how was your first show?
My first show, I was nervous. I was so nervous, but it was good because I won first place in the categories that was in. I didn't take the overall for that one, and that's fine. I was just really happy just to go up there. I was super excited about the package that my coach and I built and we brought on that stage. Huge improvement from the show I did previous, the one I did women's physique. That one I was nervous. I won by default, and I didn't like that. I didn't want that. I
Okay.
wanted to actually have people on stage with me. So I never even count that as a first a first show
Mm.
for me because there was no challenge. I was just up there, and they're like, "Okay, here you go. You won overall." I didn't feel like I earned anything, if that
Yeah.
makes
Wow.
sense. So
Yeah,
when
I
I crossed
understand.
over to wellness and I did that, and I was in the heels. Remember, I'm not used to wearing heels, so um, did well, did well, didn't fall, so that's important, and won first place. And then when I didn't win overall, I'm like, okay, that's the motivator right there to work harder and harder, and we're going to